If you're stranded in the wild with a hook and line, a single packet of Kool-Aid could be your best catfish bait. Your bug-out bag might have water purification tablets and fire starters. But if you packed a single packet of artificial cherry drink powder, you just guaranteed yourself a meal. A simple sugary drink mix weighing less than 5 grams turns out to be one of the most overlooked wilderness survival tools ever discovered. A single packet of Kool-Aid costs pennies, weighs roughly 0.16 ounces, and takes up less space than a book of matches. In a survival scenario near any freshwater source holding catfish, that little packet could be the difference between going hungry and pulling dinner out of the water with nothing more than a hook, a line, and a cloud of grape-flavored powder dissolving into the current. To understand why this works, you need to understand catfish, and to understand catfish, you need to forget almost everything you know about how animals experience the world. Humans have somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 taste buds, all packed neatly inside our mouths. Catfish have up to 680,000. But here's the part that changes everything. Those taste buds aren't just in their mouths, they're everywhere. On their fins, on their tails, across every square inch of their skin, and on those signature whisker-like barbels jutting from their faces. Scientists have measured as many as 700 taste buds per square centimeter on the skin of a flathead catfish. The entire animal is functionally a tongue. That's not a metaphor. Researchers have literally nicknamed them swimming tongues. This makes catfish one of the most extraordinary sensory organisms on the planet. They hunt in waters so murky that visibility drops to near zero, and they don't need to see their prey. They taste it. Their skin detects trace amounts of amino acids dissolved in the water. Amino acids are the primary chemical compound catfish lock onto when they're hunting, and they can pick up that signal from remarkable distances. The fish follows the concentration gradient, tasting its way through the darkness toward the source. Once it arrives, the taste buds inside its mouth run a final quality check before the fish commits to swallowing. Scientists have confirmed that catfish without functioning taste buds simply cannot feed normally, even when food is placed directly in front of them. Vision is optional for a catfish. Taste is everything. Now enter Kool-Aid. The powdered drink mix was invented in 1927 by a Nebraska tinkerer named Edwin Perkins. Born in Lewis, Iowa in 1889, Perkins moved with his family to Henley, Nebraska when he was just 4 years old. As a boy, he was fascinated by chemistry, and at 11 years old, a girl named Kitty Shoemaker, who would eventually become his wife, introduced him to a powdered product called Jell-O that was sold in his father's general store. That moment planted a seed. By 1920, Perkins had relocated to Hastings, Nebraska to access better railroads and shipping routes. He launched the Perkins Products Company and began producing over 125 household items sold door to door. One of the most popular was a liquid fruit concentrate called Fruit Smack. But liquid concentrate was heavy, expensive to ship, and the glass bottles had a habit of breaking. So Perkins did what any good inventor would do. He figured out how to remove the liquid entirely. In 1927, he debuted a powdered version he initially called Kool-Aid, available in 6 original flavors: cherry, grape, lemon lime, orange, raspberry, and strawberry. During the Great Depression, he dropped the price to 5 cents a packet and sales exploded. General Foods purchased the brand in 1953, and today Kraft Holdings owns it, offering dozens of flavors. Ironically, raspberry, the one original flavor that's been discontinued, was Edwin Perkins' personal favorite. And here's where Kool-Aid's origin story collides with survival science. Kool-Aid is specifically engineered to dissolve in water. That's its entire purpose. It's packed with artificial flavors, strong food coloring, and citric acid. When you dump a packet into a body of water near your hook, it creates an immediate scent plume in the surrounding current. This is essentially chumming, creating a cloud of concentrated amino acid-rich flavor and color radiating outward through the water. For a catfish whose entire body functions as a chemosensory organ, this is like setting off a flare in the dark. Those hundreds of thousands of taste buds pick up the amino acid signal from considerable distances, and the fish moves toward it. The vibrant colors matter too. Cherry and strawberry produce bright reds and pinks that stay visible even in murky water, giving catfish a visual cue on top of the chemical one. The citric acid and sugar enhance both the smell and the taste profile, creating a combination that catfish find genuinely difficult to resist. Studies on commercial scent products like Berkeley's Power Bait, which operates on the same amino acid attraction principle, show that fish hold on to scent-enhanced bait 18 times longer than unscented alternatives. Kool-Aid operates on the same fundamental principle, just at a fraction of the cost. It's not that different from commercial stink baits and dip baits in concept. It just comes in a much lighter package. So how do you actually use it? The simplest method is a dough ball. Mix flour, cornmeal, and a packet of unsweetened Kool-Aid powder. Gradually add water and knead until you get a dough-like consistency. Roll it into small balls, press them onto your hook. A circle hook works best for bottom fishing, though a treble hook will hold the dough more securely and let them sink to the bottom where catfish prowl. As the dough slowly dissolves, it releases a persistent attractant cloud right around your bait. Rig it on a slip sinker rig or a simple Carolina rig to keep your bait pinned to the bottom where channel catfish, blue catfish, and flathead catfish are actively feeding. Another approach uses hot dogs. Cut them into chunks, drop them into a cup of water mixed with a packet of unsweetened cherry Kool-Aid, and let them marinate. Overnight is ideal, but even 30 minutes makes a measurable difference. The hot dogs absorb the flavor and color, and you can freeze the leftover liquid to reuse on your next trip. Total cost for this setup is about $3. This works for bank fishing, drift fishing, or anywhere you're bottom fishing for cats. Most experienced anglers recommend sticking to unsweetened Kool-Aid, where the artificial flavors and citric acid do the heavy lifting. Grape, cherry, strawberry, and fruit punch are the most consistently successful flavors, and cherry in particular performs well in murky water where its bright red color and strong amino acid-laden aroma cut through the gloom. Now let's talk about why this belongs in your bug-out bag. The prepper community runs on a core philosophy: every item you carry must earn its space. Weight matters, and versatility matters even more. A typical bug-out bag or 72-hour kit should stay around 15 to 20% of your body weight, so you remain mobile under stress, which means every ounce has to justify itself. A packet of Kool-Aid weighs almost nothing, lasts for years in powdered form, and serves at least 3 distinct functions. It improves the taste of purified water, it attracts fish, and on a genuinely miserable day, it's a morale booster. 3 uses from a single item that fits in the palm of your hand. Pair a few packets with a compact survival fishing kit, which typically weighs under 8 ounces and contains circle hooks, treble hooks, line and sinkers in a waterproof case. And you've assembled a food procurement system that weighs less than a can of beans. In a prolonged survival scenario, that kind of efficiency matters enormously. You can improvise hooks and line from paracord or other materials in your kit. You can use natural attractants like berries or insects, but having Kool-Aid gives you an immediate and powerful edge, especially near water-holding channel catfish, blue catfish, white catfish, flathead catfish, or any of the bullhead species. Whether you're bank fishing a slow river bend or working a creek with a slip sinker rig, the principle stays the same. Get that amino acid scent cloud into the water and let the fish do the rest. There's something almost absurd about the whole thing. A product invented by a curious kid from Nebraska who was inspired by Jell-O in his father's general store. A product designed to make summer afternoons a little more refreshing. Turns out to be a genuinely effective survival tool when paired with the biology of a fish that tastes the world through its skin. Edwin Perkins died on July 3, 1961. Never knowing that nearly a century after he perfected his powdered drink mix, people would be packing it into emergency kits and bug-out bags, not to drink, but to catch dinner. As recently as March 2026, the Hastings Museum held an event honoring Perkins, attended by his niece and nephew. His legacy lives on in ways he never could have imagined. So the next time you're building out your survival kit, toss in a few packets of unsweetened cherry Kool-Aid. It weighs nothing, costs almost nothing. And if you ever find yourself beside a muddy river with an empty stomach and a hook on a line, it might just be the smartest thing you ever packed.